Hey everyone, podcast brought to you from our studio here in central Pennsylvania. I'm your host, Nathan Imboden, and on the podcast, we get to champion the message of entrepreneurship and business ownership by interviewing business leaders and owners right here in our community in central Pennsylvania. Be sure to find a full replay of those broadcasts on our website at questmont.com/Born Podcast. And if you listen to podcasts, if you're on social media, go to any of your favorite apps or channels and search for The Born Podcast. Hit that like and subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all our episodes. And today I'm really excited because we get to bring back one of my favorite returning guests, Tracy.
Hi, everybody.
She was one of the originals, then we did some special episodes during COVID,
Yes.
and now you're back, which I'm really excited. And I actually promised you, I think, when we did our In the Crosshairs of Corona episode on the pre-branded, the former show, we talked about wanting to be able to have you on post restrictions to see how the business was doing, and we're getting ready to do it. So this is awesome.
I am so happy to be back.
Awesome.
I was so excited this morning. I'm like, cool, Nathan and I are going to go play together today. And we get to just sit and have fun.
Yeah, we do.
Truly, I enjoy this so much.
It is a blast, and I'm
Yes.
glad you came back. So,
Me too.
Well, for people that are watching that maybe didn't catch the other episodes, why don't you tell us a little bit about Unique Limousine, what you guys do, and start there.
Cool. My name is Tracy Salinger. I am second generation ownership of Unique Limousine. My parents started it in 1982. I came into the business in 1987 as a teenager and just worked my way up the ranks, been running the company for many years. And then in 2018, I bought my parents out. And it was scary. It was exciting. It was awesome. And I settled into the big girl chair, like my favorite pair of jeans and slippers. And you know what? This is what I was born for. And it's not a play on words. It really isn't.
That was good, though.
Thank you. But truly, I was born to do this, and I love every minute of it.
And she said a good pair of slippers. If you're not friends with her on social media, you would see that she's always rocking a good pair of shoes because it's one of her love languages, I believe. If there was a sixth, it would be good shoes. If
I agree.
I had to guess.
I agree, definitely.
Yeah, I think
I am
Joy
all about a
agrees
great
as well.
pair of shoes. Yes.
Now,
Yes.
you talked about on the first episode, the buyout of mom and dad was more kind of, it was initiated by you, and it got to a point where you were kind of at a crossroads where you said, I either need to do this or I maybe need to carve my own path in something else, right?
It was time that either Dad needed to retire or I needed to retire. And Dad struggled with that for a while. I had actually tried to start the buying process almost 20 years ago.
Wow.
And it just didn't work. And there were some struggles through that.
Yeah.
And later on, when he was ready in 2018, he said to me, he says, honey, I wasn't ready and I didn't know how to say it.
Yeah.
So anyways, the long story short is it finally happened.
Yeah.
He wishes he'd have retired sooner. I wish that I'd have fought with him sooner.
Yeah.
Because I am exactly where I belong.
Yeah.
And I have been able to take what I learned growing up in the business and just wisdom, mistakes, stupidity, all of those life lessons that we learn along the way. And I've been able to put them into the business. And I feel it's growing, it's doing better. My profits are better. I'm able to do better things for my people. And I love it.
Yeah.
It's really, truly becoming the company that I want it to be.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Well, I think it highlights the reality that this is all a journey,
Yeah.
and the entrepreneurship is always a journey, and it's a lifelong learning experiment. I mean, we continue to experiment as we continue to go on, because what works today might not work. As we learned, 3 years ago, everything's working great until
great.
somebody tells
Let's
you you can't
relax.
operate anymore, and then, oh, I'm screwed. What do I do?
Yeah.
But there's also a lesson, I think, in delayed gratification where, I mean, you said 20 years. My guess is if you weren't in a family business, you wouldn't have waited 20 years to force a conversation. Maybe, but I mean, you never know. But
I will confess, I had my retirement date set. My retirement date was going to be May 11th of 2023
okay,
because that was my 50th birthday.
yeah,
And I'm like, look, if I don't own it by then, I'm not going to own it.
yeah,
And the hell with it.
okay, yeah,
It just, and I don't mean to sound cruel when I say that,
yeah,
but you can only beat your head on the wall for so long
yeah.
and expect different results.
I believe there's a definition.
Yeah.
for that.
We
I've
don't need
heard
that one.
somewhere.
We
I
don't need that
know,
one.
Yeah.
So, I was preparing for my retirement at 50,
Yeah.
and I was okay with that. But thankfully, I think Dad realized that he needed to let those reins go, and he needed to let me bloom.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in second place, the view never changes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I belong out front. I belong steering the ship, leading the team. And this is what I'm good at.
Yeah.
I'm really good at it.
Yeah.
And with him retiring, it allowed me to do that.
Yeah.
Now, yes, I still call my dad. Matter of fact, I texted him this morning. And I'm like, I'm going through this issue, and it seems like the deeper I dig in the swamp, the worse and nastier it gets. I said, should I be surprised at this? He says, no, honey. Nope. He says, the deeper you get, the worse it always gets.
Yep.
So just, I still get those little nuggets of wisdom almost 6 years later.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for them.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So you buy the company in 2018.
Yep.
Things are humming along.
Yep.
And then Governor Wolf does his 1, 2, 3, 4, 22 combo punch, shutting everything down.
2 weeks to flatten the curve.
Yes. Yes.
Just 2 weeks.
You figured it out. You suffered through all of it. Why don't you walk us through that just a little bit, if you don't mind, on what? Because we know when we interviewed you, your revenues went from having a great year to basically virtually nothing.
2%.
Yeah.
We went down to 2% revenue overnight. I was actually out front interviewing a wonderful woman to come work into our office because we just thought she was great. We thought she'd be a great addition. Mm-hmm. All the while in the office, we're getting phone calls, cancel. And I went back into the office. I was excited. I'm like, ladies, I think we've got a great new team member. And they're like, we need to talk. Okay. So we talked, and they're like, look, everything is just canceling. So we kind of gimped through that week. The following Monday, I sat down with everybody, and we figured out a new schedule that everybody was going to work part-time for a while.
Okay.
So that was in the morning. And then in the afternoon, it was announced that the next day, Tuesday, the world was shutting down. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know what to do. So it's like, okay, just give me a couple minutes to breathe and think. So I walked out. I just walked around in our garage for a little bit and came back. And I said, okay, this kills me to do this, but I laid the entire team off. Everyone in the entire company, I laid off. And I said, now, while you're still here, you're still on the clock, I want you to go file for unemployment right now. I said, because I guarantee you there's going to be a slew of people coming after you.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get it in. Let's get you processed as fast as we can. We did that. And the next day, one of the girls came in to help me take cancellations.
Okay.
So that was, mid-March. April was almost non-existent. And May, we operated at 2% revenue. Now, it just, we didn't even hit $10,000 for the month.
Wow.
It cost me more than $10,000 a day to open my doors.
Phew.
So I went, a little off the rails there.
Yeah.
It was not good. I brought a computer home. I set up at the dining room table, like everybody did.
Yeah.
Because it was only going to be a couple weeks.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I can deal with this for a couple weeks.
Yeah, we can deal with this. And, then the realization came that it was time to just flat out fight for survival. We never, ever even thought about what if. It was, how are we getting through this?
Yeah.
Looking back, some days it's like, okay, was I an idiot? Why did I not do this? But today I just tell people it was sheer stubbornness and the grace of God. That's it. That's how we got through it. We just fought and we clawed and, okay, we made it through today. All right, now we got to make it through tomorrow. And part of me still feels like it was just a bad dream. And I'm fine if it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, when the girls came back, I said, okay, we're going to do maybe 1 or 2 days a week or, something like that. Well, I brought them back. They started Monday and it was like the floodgates just opened.
Awesome.
And we've been going nuts since.
Awesome.
Yeah. 21 was a rapid incline. 22, oh my gosh. 22, we sent records left and right. You saw me on social media.
Yeah.
I was out driving buses almost every day. My job is to drive the proverbial bus.
Right.
Not
the
drive
literal
a bus
Yeah.
literally every day. But you know what? We needed to.
Yeah.
The calls were coming in, the clients needed us, but we still were very shorthanded.
Right. Well, because you're getting hit with pent up demand that's finally kind of releasing.
Yes.
But also dealing with the labor shortage issues that were out there at the same time. So, and we were talking about this before we hopped in here of when you're at the top, you have to humble yourself at times
Absolutely.
to do what needs to be done to keep moving the ship in the right direction.
Absolutely.
And if that means I've got to literally drive the bus, I'm going to drive the bus for a period of time. It's not a long-term strategy.
Nope.
But if it's what you got to do, it's what you do.
I drove the bus. I washed the bus. I learned how to empty the bus's toilets. Oh, that was not fun. Was not fun at all.
Oh, man.
Fortunately, all I had to do was learn it that one time.
You mean they don't just flush right out into the street when somebody's
No,
gone?
they do not flush out onto the street. We do things properly and with a little bit more couth.
That's true.
Most of the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Most of the time.
I was going to name a competitor. Who do you think this is? But
No. We're not going to do that today. But it also reminded me, and I learned the biggest lesson through that time, that my job is to take care of my people.
Yeah.
And I say that all the time, and my people know it, and they believe it, and they embrace it, and they appreciate it. My job is to take care of them. And you know what? They will go ahead and take care of our clients the way I want them to. We treat our clients like family. We love them like family. And we just want them to know that they're taken care of. And that starts with me.
Yeah.
It also ends with me.
Yeah. Very true.
So, I take that part of my responsibility very, very seriously. And we have fun with it. Does that mean Taco Tuesdays sometimes? Yes. Does that mean Stromboli Fridays?
Oh, now we're
sometimes,
talking.
yes.
Yeah.
Is there makings for espresso martinis in the office? Maybe. But, it's important that it's not just all work and no play.
Yeah.
We've also learned through all of this process that it's important for us to rest every now and then and relax and get silly. And wait till you see me later this month. I'm going to be dressed as Mrs. Claus.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
All right.
And my niece who works for me is going to be my elf.
All right. Are you allowed to provide more details, or is this some sort of an event that is going to just reveal itself later?
It'll show up on social media.
Okay, perfect. Well, we'll make sure to keep an eye on it, and we'll do some of our.
But it also has to do with some of our favorite clients.
Awesome.
Yes.
Cool.
So.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'll be in black boots and a Mrs. Claus outfit.
Fantastic. Yeah, we're gonna mark that down and keep an eye out for it.
That'll be hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if we're not having fun that day, that means we will never have fun.
That's very true. That is true.
Yeah, but it truly all is well right now, and I'm very thankful.
Yeah. Well, what does your staffing situation look like now in terms of how many people do you have now on staff?
Staffing is good. We are full office staff.
Okay.
One of my office ladies ended up moving to Delaware
Okay.
in the middle of COVID with her husband, and that's where they wanted to retire together. And she just now works completely remotely.
Awesome.
Yeah, she'll come up every month or so for a couple days, and it's more for us just to hang out together.
Yeah.
And
It's more culture and relational than it is.
It's not to do with the work,
Right.
but it's for us to hang out. You know, whether we go to dinner, whether we get lunch brought in, it's nice to hang out together.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's working well, and I swore I would never ever remote employees. I swore I wouldn't do a lot of things in life, but
Yeah.
you know what? Try it; it might work.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you might like it.
Yeah.
So we're doing that. We are getting a lot more applications for chauffeuring positions.
Okay.
And one of the things that I did as we were coming out of COVID, I saw it as a now or never type of thing. I raised my chauffeur's pay scale significantly.
Yep.
And that's built into the pricing. And my chauffeurs make damn good money.
They should.
They should.
Yeah.
For all that they do.
Yeah.
And again, with me also driving so much last year, it reinforced that decision that I made.
Well, you got firsthand experience. When you step away from it for a while, it can be easy to forget what all is entailed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I had those conversations with my people, and I said, it's not just hopping in a bus and going. It's come in, you got to come in early, you got to do your pre-trip, make sure that it's ready to go. I mean, my cleanup staff is great, but every now and then, they may have missed something here. Let me get that so we're all ready to go.
Yep.
You need to get the bus heated up or cooled down and just ready to greet guests. When you go to your favorite restaurant and it's you and your wife's anniversary, there's the standard setting, but then it's like, oh, you know what? This is their anniversary. Let's put some flowers on the table.
Yep.
Let's have a card. It's those little touches that differentiate us and make us unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you tried that.
Yeah, I know. Almost.
Right?
Almost. Yeah. But also the big thing of I'm taking care of someone else's family.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a brother, a sister, a wife, a husband, a child of, a parent of, whether, and it could be just one person in that vehicle, up to a fully loaded motor coach with 56 people in it. We are responsible for the safety and well-being of those people.
Right. Yeah, you're not just driving them from point A to point B. There's more meaning behind it because you're connecting.
We're taking care
more
of them.
about who is in there and what that person means. Yeah.
Yeah. I know when my husband is one of our clients, I want him to get home safe that night.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Why would anybody be any different? So, that was a very good refresher and relearning for me about what it's like to be in the driver's seat. I laugh, one of my hashtags is backseat life.
Yes, it is.
But, you also have to look at driver's seat life.
Yeah.
And just know what's happening there. So, but I think I've tried to be a little bit more compassionate, a little bit more caring, and a little bit more in touch with what goes through my people's minds and lives when they're on the front line.
Yeah. It goes back to the idea of lifelong learning. I mean, there was you learned in a different way. You learned by doing, and but you had to be open to seeing that and being willing to see things in a different way as well, to learn from that.
Yeah.
Did you find that your either where you're getting your business or the type of business has changed since pre-COVID to now, or is it similar channels, similar services, things like that?
Similar but different.
Okay.
A lot of our core clients are back.
Okay.
A lot of our corporate clients, some of them are back, but not 100% back.
Yeah.
And some are like, oh my gosh, we just couldn't wait to get back out on the road. Mm-hmm. So, there's different changes. I mean, even in just locally, we still have friends that are still working from home. Mm. And there are a lot of people working from home.
Yeah.
We're back in the office. We've been back in the office. We do better when we work physically in the same room together. Mm-hmm. Our communication's much better. So for us, it was a no-brainer. But other companies, they're finding that remote works. Mm-hmm. And some of those employees don't have to travel anymore. Okay. But then other companies are finding that travel is necessary.
Yeah.
So we've got that. We are working on more contract work.
Okay.
And I love that. It's nice, consistent work. My chauffeurs know what time, where, and it spoils them. And but that's good for us. It's a nice, solid foundation of what we're doing every day.
Yeah.
Our network of partners all over the country and the globe, that continues to grow. And our clients love when they know that we're taking care of everything.
Yeah.
We're picking them up at home, getting them to the airport here. They get off the airplane at wherever.
Yep.
And one of our partners is there waiting for
right.
them.
And I assume that becomes reciprocated in time when they have somebody that's coming to our area, and then you're able to fill that need as well.
As long as I'm the best company for the job, yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we are. Definitely we are. Don't ever think it's not.
Yeah, yeah. What is a core, you said your core client. Mm-hmm. What would make a core client, because you mentioned that, versus a corporate client?
I'm going to say our core clientele is, in general, corporate travel.
Okay.
However, our core individual client, quite frankly, it's me and you.
Yeah.
We work hard. We play hard. We're finally starting to get there a little bit in life.
Yeah.
And time is more important than the money.
Yep.
That's our core client.
Yeah.
I travel a good bit for work, and I always have Unique taking me to the airport. I always have Unique picking me up at the other end at the airport. Mm-hmm. It's so much easier. One night Fred was trying to be sweet. I was flying into Harrisburg. I was supposed to come in at like 8-something. Delay, Charlotte, storms, etc. Mm-hmm. I ended up not getting until like 2 a.m. He's at Harrisburg Airport, and we're walking towards each other, and he's got that, that look that only a husband can do? Yes.
I've probably given the look a time or two in my day.
Yes, the one that I'm happy to see you, but I'm not happy with this situation. Uh-huh. He says, I love you, but you can get your own company to take you to and from the airport from now on.
Wait, was this his suggestion to help you out, or was this?
Yes, he was being nice.
Yeah, right.
Because I was coming home at a nice time into Harrisburg, and it was that close. Never again. Never again.
Yeah. Well, I think we learn the most from our biggest mistakes, it seems like. So.
It wasn't a mistake. It was just an experience.
There you go.
There you go.
We learn the most from our unfortunate experiences. Uh-huh. Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I was so happy to see him.
Yeah.
There's nothing sweeter than getting off a plane and coming through the secure area and seeing either your loved ones or one of my loved ones.
Yeah.
One of my people saying, hey, I'm here to get you. Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
It is, then you're home. You know you're in good hands. You know you're taken care of. And you can relax. Mm-hmm. It's dealt with. Yeah.
So what does the future look like for is it just organic? Are you trying to pursue some strategic initiatives to grow in a different way?
There's a couple things in the iron,
Okay.
in the fire, excuse me,
Yeah.
a couple irons in the fire.
Yeah.
I can say that. This isn't water, it's vodka. No,
A tall
it's
glass
water,
of
it's water.
the good stuff.
Yes. A lot of organic growth, but we also look for new clients.
Mm-hmm.
And you're the first person to know this outside of the company.
I love secrets.
Yes, but we are in the beginning of a rebrand.
Oh.
We are changing our name
Ah.
from Unique Limousine to Unique Chauffeured Services.
Ooh. Okay.
It's not a huge change, but it's a significant and an important change.
Right.
When we started our company in 1982, it was limousines.
Right. Well, I remember you talked about the way, if I remember correctly, and I started, but it just hit me. Didn't your dad go to like the foot of the Capitol steps with white gloves on, doing
Handing
that to
out
try to drum
business
out
cards.
business? Having a, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, and a limousine.
Yeah. Right.
Because at that point, limousines were, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Look at that. There's a limousine.
Right.
And, through the 80s, through the 90s, even, early 2000s and things, limousines were everywhere. And
Yeah.
we had a garage full of them. If you come to my office today and I take you for a garage tour, you're going to see 3 stretch limousines
Right.
out of a fleet of 60 vehicles.
Right.
It's not limousines anymore.
So it runs the gamut then of
Runs the gamut, sedans,
cars,
SUVs,
sedans, SUVs,
vans,
buses, all that. Yeah.
minibuses, the whole way up to motor coaches.
Yeah.
Yes.
Makes sense.
And it's chauffeured services. So,
Yeah. Awesome.
yeah,
I mean, it makes sense,
it does.
and
It's time.
it is, and I would think that it would open up the realities of a lot more. I mean, you've been proving that you're not just a limousine service,
Correct.
but I would imagine that in and of itself, having that name may be a non-starter for some people in that they won't think of other services that you might provide. So it should open up.
Absolutely. We were just at a trade event, and it was for all sorts of travel. And there was a couple people that saw limousine. It's like, no, I don't need limousines.
Yeah.
Well, and then you get the opportunity to talk with them. No, we're not just limousines.
Yeah.
So as the traditional stretch limousine fades further and further into the background,
Right.
we are chauffeured services. Oh, well, what's that? Tell me more about that.
Yeah. Smart.
And it works. Yeah.
Awesome.
So it's
exciting.
time. It is.
That's going to be huge.
yeah.
Yeah.
A little scary, but a lot
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, when done the right way, and you don't make rash decisions around
No.
this kind of stuff. So it's the right thing for the business.
I've had a lot
And-
of sleepless nights about it.
Well, how long has the name Unique Limousine been part of the business?
Since its inception in 1982.
So that in and of itself creates
Yes.
angst because
We're changing our identity.
yeah,
But you know what? It is time for that change to occur.
yeah,
And it's not a huge change, but I laughed and said, look, the company just turned 41. It's time for a little bit of a nip tuck.
Yeah.
Still the same person, but just, a little bit of nip
Yeah.
here, tuck there, and
Yeah.
just refresh.
yeah. There you go.
And that's exactly what we're doing.
Doing a little Botox injection
Yeah,
into
yeah,
Unique. That's
yeah.
right, yeah. That's
And
awesome.
another aspect that's fantastic is one of my favorite clients is going to be doing that branding and remarketing project with us.
Awesome.
She is going to guide the way.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it's
I'm excited. I can't
Yeah.
wait. Is there a timeline on a rollout? Is that still to be
didn't
determined?
even get that far.
Okay. All right.
Now I do have 10 new vans that are getting
Awesome.
their
Okay.
graphics on it,
Great.
and they have the new logo. And it's very similar to the old one, but you've got a little bit of wording change.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's really exciting.
It is. It is. So we'll see what
secrets.
the next
Yeah.
40 years
Yeah.
or next who knows how long.
Awesome.
But we are going to continue to focus on what we do best, and that's taking care of people.
Serving people. Yes. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that feels like a great place to say this has been awesome, because I don't know what else we could, unless you've got a bigger secret out there that you want to, that needs to be revealed. But I'm going to guess you don't, if that's.
No,
Okay.
no other big secrets. Oh, I bought a truck.
Is that what's sitting out there?
Yeah.
I saw that beast. That thing is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I still
you know,
have the Corvette, but I did
course.
buy a truck.
Awesome.
But it's technically a work truck. But when it's not working, I'm allowed to drive it.
That's a nice looking truck.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Awesome.
And it has air conditioned seats.
Oh yeah.
On a day like today, we need
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and maybe this is temporary depending on what the rebranding looks like. But people that have been watching, if they're like us or they run corporate stuff and they are interested, they have not looked into your business yet, but they're interested, what's the best way for them to learn about the company and get more information and get in contact?
They can go to our current website right
Okay.
now, which is still uniquelimousine.com.
Okay. We'll have that in the show notes.
The new website is not up yet, but we have the domain name
Okay. Awesome.
of uniquecs.net.
uniquecs.net,
Yes.
which is, yeah.
Because if you tried to like type in
Yeah.
unique
Oh my
Chauffeur
gosh.
Services.net,
Nobody
oh
would.
my gosh,
Yeah.
yeah. And we tried to shorten it as best we could. So uniquecs.net.
Perfect.
Yes. And you can always call into the office.
Awesome.
My team loves people. I love people. Stop in and visit.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime.
Awesome.
Let me know you're coming and maybe I'll make lunch.
Oh, that sounds
Yeah.
good. We've learned either tacos or stromboli. If we hit a Tuesday or a Friday, there's a good chance you might have.
That's brought in. But if I know somebody
Oh,
special's
but you're
coming,
making.
I will make lunch.
Done. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
I do too. Thank you so
Tracy,
much for
this has
having
been
me.
awesome.
I
Such a
love
blast.
visiting.
I'm going to say there's two things I'm really excited for.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one, if I'm ranking them, which one is better than the other, but I'm excited for the rebrand and to see what that does, because I think it's going to be a really cool relaunch opportunity to keep you guys propelling and moving forward. You gals, I should say, because that was...
Yes.
And the second is seeing what Mrs. Claus has in store later this year. I think that I'm excited for that. So,
Well,
yeah.
I went and got my outfit altered, okay? And I'm walking out of the office with my outfit, heading to the tailor shop. I said, the things I get myself into.
Oh, yeah.
But,
What do you think? Should I do a Mrs. Claus sometime? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, you may have to shave. Yeah.
She could have a beard. I don't know.
I think it'd be prettier without.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Well,
Yeah.
I haven't been baby-faced in a while, so I don't know.
That's all right.
sure.
And I try not to have a beard.
Yeah.
It's just not my preference.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
Good call. Well, this has been a blast, and I'm so glad you came back on. Everybody at home, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed getting some updates. And there's a lot of good stuff to learn from Tracy about, I think, what it really means to care for a business, not just run a business, but care for a business.
Yeah.
And so take that to heart and humble yourselves. I think seeing a leader who is willing to be at the top, but not perceive themselves to be at the top, if that makes sense, is really an encouraging thing to do if you're leading an organization. So
And I just, if I'm at the top, where are my people and my clients?
exactly.
No, they're
Yeah.
at the top.
Absolutely.
I am in service to them.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more. Well, everyone, hope you enjoyed this. Tracy, thanks again so much. We will
We did
see
it.
you. We did it again. We'll see you on the next episode of the Born Podcast. Thanks.